You bought an aftermarket catalytic converter because the old one failed. It's cheaper, shipped in a giant box, and promises the same thing: less pollution, cleaner conscience. Then, boom, a week later, there it is, the infamous check engine light. The first feeling is annoyance. You already coughed up $300, maybe $500, thinking this would be a fresh start. But now your dashboard looks like a prop from Star Trek, all because your car's computer doesn't like non-OEM parts. Modern cars are computers on wheels. The oxygen sensors on either side of the catalytic converter talk constantly to your ECM. Aftermarket converters don't always talk the same way. The numbers, specifically the voltage outputs and emissions readings, just don't line up sometimes. You may have heard that the car will learn and adapt. Truth is, it's stubborn. That check engine light is usually code P0420, Catalyst System Efficiency Below Threshold, which is a fancy way of saying your car sees your new cat as lazy, even if it's working fine. So what's actually happening? Usually the downstream O2 sensor is comparing the before and after exhaust gases. When it sees less of a difference than it expects, about 60% of aftermarket cats fail to fool the sensor, it fires off that efficiency warning. Pain point time. You try to reset the code, you unplug the battery, maybe you buy a cheap scanner. The light might stay off for a day or two, then it's right back, like a recurring nightmare. The state emissions test? Forget about it, unless you like failing by a mile. Now you have choices. Ignore it, risky, try a sensor spacer, sometimes works, or spend $900 on a dealer catalytic converter. A sensor spacer is a little metal sleeve for the O2 sensor. This tricks the computer, but it's technically not legal everywhere. This varies by state. Pro tip: if you're stuck, go for a CARB-compliant catalytic converter. That's short for California Air Resources Board. And those converters have stricter manufacturing standards, which means a 90% chance your check engine light will stay off. Pricey, but peace of mind is nice. A lot of people think it's just a money grab by manufacturers. Sometimes, yes, but a big chunk of it is computers being way pickier than they used to be. In Portland, where I am, you see it constantly at emissions check stations. Lines of decent cars flunking for this exact code. Step by step, here's what to actually do if you've got this light after a new cat. 1. Use an OBD2 scanner to confirm it's P0420 or similar. 2. Double-check the O2 sensor wiring and connection. Sometimes new cats knock them loose or the connectors don't mate perfectly. Next, if wiring looks fine, try swapping the downstream sensor for a new one, about $40 to $120. A tired sensor responds slower and throws off the readings, making things worse. So sometimes a sensor swap saves the day and silences the light. If the code won't go away after everything above, spacer is your next play. Google O2 sensor anti-fouler. They cost about $10. It's literally a small tube. Install it on the downstream O2 sensor port. No promises, but it gives your aftermarket cat a fighting chance. Ultimately, this is a numbers game. For every 1,000 aftermarket cats sold, maybe 600 bring on a code, 200 can be fixed with a spacer, and 200 are trouble-free. That's a 20% just works rate. If you're lucky, you'll be one of the chosen ones. If you want zero drama, spend more to get OEM or CARB, change the O2 sensors with the cat, and always clear the codes after installing. It's less fun, but the fastest way to get your dashboard looking normal again and your car ready for inspection.